Hello, hello, everybody. Happy holidays. Welcome back to the channel. Marcy talks about it, just about everything. How have you guys been? Well, for everybody that hasn't been doing so well, I'm sorry. My condolences for whatever it is, loss, depression, some kind of unhappiness, loneliness. The holidays is not always so happy and cheerful and giddy for everybody. So, um, been there, done that. So I want to make sure I give credit to the people that are just not so happy, and I hope that me saying that helps you out and means something to you because I'm saying it sincerely. I'm saying it from my heart. Um, if you come across this channel, it's a new channel. It's just like it says. So subscribe um, because I am a person that is very sincere, very bold, very courageous. I've lived many lives. There's lots of experiences, good, bad, and indifferent, ugly included, lots to talk about. Obviously, tomorrow's Christmas for many in the United States and wherever else Christmas is celebrated, and it's also different cultural names. So, however it's celebrated, um, so it's a very happy, positive time. Generally speaking, lots of decorations and the usual, other than the commercialized parts and gift giving and fun and joy for a lot of people that are not otherwise you know, going through problems, whether it's from job situations or family situations, disaster situations, people helping one another get through those things. So Christmas or the holidays may look very different, um, especially where the tornadoes were and weather related disasters. Christmas is going to look very different for those people. Try to keep them in mind. That's what I'm doing. But feel free to subscribe to this channel as I will be bringing you all sorts of things. Um, you won't know it if you're not subscribed. And because I may bring them just based upon how I feel that day or the next day or that week, then I would appreciate it if you hit the notification bell so that when I make a video, you'll know that there's one there for you to see what I'm talking about. And the thumbs up, they're always nice. And comments, um, that's a good thing typically, especially if it's something that you like, you want to know more about, um, or a subject that you want me to talk about. So before I run out of time, especially if any of you have not watched or if you watched the intro videos, you'll see that those were personal and in depth with the unfortunate and tragic and early death of my mother, leaving me as an orphan baby, very young toddler baby was in a diaper around one ish, so that's a baby. And got pretty deep, child abuse um, with who ended up being my guardian and whatever. But we won't really go there tonight. It's almost Christmas in just a few hours, depending on where you are. And I wanted to quickly say that it's my mother's birthday. Um, Christmas Eve. So even though I don't remember her and I lost her early, um, I do know she was born on Christmas Eve. So happy birthday to my mom. And I appreciate that with whatever the tragedy about that is and the things explained on those earlier videos, and some of that's pretty awful. I'm just so glad that her body and um, life and medicine and medical and God and science and all of it put together allowed me to make it, even though she didn't in her illness. So I made it and I'm still here. And so happy birthday. So join, hopefully you guys will join me in wishing my mom a happy birthday um, from leaving so long ago. And I wanted to get that out before midnight my time, which is probably like literally in like another 2 minutes. I got it out because I'm running late because I was so happy birthday, mom. Excuse me. Why could I not find gift bags? This stuff, ooh, this coconut antioxidant is a lifesaver. I don't know if this is the best company or what. I'm not trying to do advertisements just yet. But I mean, if they want me to, I will because it's super good. Or how many companies make the coconut water and antioxidant and this with flavored or whatever? It sure is good. Anywho, oh my gosh, I was trying to do this um, chit chat. Marcy talks about it, just about anything, just about everything is the name of the channel. A few hours ago, you know, they really came up with something where they came up with the Christmas bag or birthday bag box. It's already pre-bagged tissue box. Throw that gift thing in there. I'm not a believer in the over commercialization. I know I mentioned that on a previous video because we're in the holiday season. I'm not the one. And not because I'm actually one of the most unselfish persons on I think the planet. Anybody that knows me knows that. That's just a fact. That is not my opinion. But with all the things going on in the world and so many people without and suffering, that's just not my priority. We have enough stuff, a lot of us. So I certainly didn't need any gifts, not of the material kind. And, basic stuff. Oh, house coat. Like, really, I don't have too much stuff. And I wasn't in a position, in the mood, and what have you, to be running all over the place. Not me, to each his own. Giving out gifts, a period, okay. But for the few, whether it's you have a child or a young close family member or a young neighbor that you're close to, the kids or whatever, and you think, give a token here and something there. I'm so used to the gift bags, not the wrapping paper. That is so yesteryear. They still sell it. I'm thankful for it because I couldn't find the bags and all of it. I really don't know how I made it over the years wrapping gifts. I don't know how I survived, but I did. And I literally was only wrapping gifts for the most part, one child. Mine. Some little last minute stuff, that I was kind of running out getting. Then I was like, aren't they too old for gifts? Until they asked what they getting for Christmas. I was like, oops. um, we going to a Christmas program church service. Jesus is a reason for the season, not just to get out of giving gifts, but I think myself, oh, for Christmas. Unless it's like, goo gobs of money or something extremely fancy electronics. Like, I'm not going to do that. Let's not the party during, what's going on. We need to be more budget conscious. I was thinking myself, I'm too old for little toys. I was like, what am I? So not only the last minute, but the wrapping paper thing with tape. You have to tear it off and then you stick some all over your hand. And then I got this sweater on. You see how this cashmere? Okay, I'm not trying to brag. Uh, I can't even. I have to look in the tag. I've had this so long. I can't remember if this is real cashmere or if this is faux cashmere or cashmere. Okay, it's not about bragging. So the sweater with the fluffy stuff on it, right? How I'm gonna wrap gifts and put tape all and have this? That was my point. I wasn't trying to be like, oh, I got my cashmere sweater. This might be cashmere. Oh, if you hadn't watched any of the earlier videos or the intro video, please understand that this is not the pretend I'm a journalist YouTube channel. This is the authentically to thine own self be true type of talking, chatting, and carrying on. Yeah, this is me being myself, comfy, cozy, at home. This is not me trying to act like I'm somebody well known and with a professional background and the lighting so great, uh, with a name tag. Really? Not for my personality. Now I know how to be nice and I know how to be professional, courteous, and considerate, and all of that. But I also know how to be laid back in his chair doing this, like half sleep, just being me, being, down to earth. I think I'm dehydrated. I'm so tired. I'm probably like, stop making videos before you go to bed, Marcy. Sleepy. I had a head scarf. I mean, a one of those head, what you call a bonnet on the last video. Go check it out. Really? Because I had been out holidaying and everything, and I did that video so late. I was so tired. I was just committed to doing it. And I knew I was going to bed afterwards. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this bonnet on. And I know people are going to be like, I know she didn't do a YouTube video with a bonnet on. I did. I took it off so that you guys could see I had been out holidaying and my hair was kind of decent. But I was ready to go to bed. I know you guys are like, okay, well, if you're ready to go to bed, stop doing video. Look, this has to be based on, since it's uniquely me and I'm not a professional journalist, this has to be based on how I'm feeling. And the vibe I'm getting that day from what I want to talk about. It says Marcy talks about it, just about everything. That's name of the channel. So that's got to be based on, what I got going on. Or something I saw on the news or something I'm thinking about or, some past experience or whatever. But anyway, this is supposed to be upbeat Christmas Eve. So I want to share a couple of little warm fuzzies with you guys. One, let me go backwards. One, I hadn't been to church service in a long time, because of the, situation we're in with, contagiousness and illness and what have you. And I missed it. I did. And I saw an email that they were having a couple of opportunities for evening service. And I thought, oh, I feel like I want to go. It's always so interesting and Christmassy and nice and candles. And we went, and I'm so glad I went. It was such a treat. It really, boosted my spirits, had put me in a good mood, and so here I am with you guys. Just it was part Christmassy, part the usual kid nativity story, um, and a sermon with a Christmas twist, of course. And this particular church service that I, attended pre this situation we're in on a regular basis, very interactive, very creative, but still very biblical based, but just super. I don't know. These people are super smart and modern, and they know how to just infuse um, creativeness and not take anything away from, biblical principles. And it's just so interesting, movie night and homemade chocolate, um, cocoa, but where they actually had chunks of chocolate, white chocolate, to make the cocoa for you before your own eyes with all kinds of stuff. I was like, ooh, they went all out. And I know I didn't need that coffee and that cocoa. I didn't know I was gonna have both, because I got the coffee when I got there. I'm not even a coffee drinker. The coffee is like really good. I remembered that from when I but pre this, you know, the world situation we're in. I was always getting a cup of coffee just because it tastes so good in a donut. Um, and then he had the nerve to go run over there. I'm supposed to be on a diet and get the cocoa because I heard it was all this fancy dancy chocolate bars they making in this. I had both, so I'm not fixing to be up all night with that caffeine because I'm kind of tired from all that the gift wrap old school tape scenario. But it was good. The program and everything's moving right along. Number two, I'm not trying to rush from talk. Oh, saw people that I hadn't seen in a long time. Hugs, with the mask, safe, you know, situation we're in. Church pet hugs. Anyway, just fake snow. Um, because first of all, it really doesn't probably matter where you are. Just about in the United States, wishing for a white Christmas, you might as well forget about that unless you way up somewhere and it's all over the place, warm temperatures. Um, but this is the South, and um, it was 80 something degrees today. It was really too warm for this sweater I have on. I'm just trying to be Christmassy, but I'm thinking that I'm dreaming of a white Christmas song. As much as I love that song, that's always been one of my favorites. Um, I'm thinking I might just come up with a new song, you know, like I'm dreaming of a hot Christmas, 'cause that's the only ones we're getting. May our days be um cooler and bright, and may all our air conditioners still work and fans. I was trying to be funny. It would be better than that, but I'm just saying, you get the point. Like, really, where is that snow in the 80 something degree weather? But I'm not gonna complain because if it was freezing cold, yes, you'd get the cold thing that people are accustomed to and prefer for the holiday season, and the warm hot chocolate and the chestnuts roasting and all of that. But then you get too cold, then you start like, ooh, I'm about to freeze to death. I'm get frostbite. So we get warmth. So we don't have to worry about frostbite. Okay. Have to make frosty some other kind of way. Just they can't complain. Just have to take what we can get. So dreaming of a hot Christmas, you know, have to appreciate the heat. You know, can't win for losing. It's too cold. We complain. If it's too hot, we gonna complain. So just have to appreciate being alive and as well as we can be. So many people are not, and they're wishing for way more than a white or a hot Christmas. Okay, just saying. So that was great. Um, we're gonna do a train ride to Christmas Village. Okay, it was closed because apparently the elves or the villagers, elves, volunteers, well, apparently they need to be off so they could celebrate with their families or go home or whatever, take a break from this, from the village people coming like we were trying to enjoy all of the sights outdoors and everything in this warm Christmas weather here. Um, Closed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I was like, crunch, last day was yesterday, and then they'll pick it back up after Christmas. So it'll have to be the after Christmas, Christmas Village North Pole train ride fun thing, and it will still be fun. So what's next? Next, I was a little concerned because um I don't hardly go anywhere because of the situation that we're in. And I finally got out quite a bit a week ago. Um, a family birthday celebration weekend, if you will. Some people celebrate their birthday the whole weekend, or they think it's the whole week or the whole month. You know them, right? And very, as much safe protocol, at those places where obviously people are there, and I'm not really used to getting out. And it was enjoyable. I kind of wasn't expecting. I was kind of like, well, let me hurry up and get out and get home because I'm not the one. But stayed out, had my safety protocols going, and it was nice taking pictures, seeing people, seeing decorations. It really was nice. I enjoyed myself. And then more of this, the people that think their birthday lasts forever. So another little small gathering. I think I mentioned it on the last video. Again, very just a few hours, safety protocols, nice, pleasant, enjoyable. Um, and I didn't eat anything, as far as like, I sipped some water under the straw under the mask and, tasted a little piece of onion. I was like, oh, no bother. And then I did the ultimate as far as I'm concerned. Um, when asked to go to karaoke, I was like where you open your mouth and sing? No, is that would be a no. But I went, and I was like super protocolish. But I actually went up to sing. I put my name on the list to sing. I was like, how am I gonna do this? This is too much management of this mask on, mask off. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't need to break protocol. This is fun. I haven't been out. I've been mostly, a home uh, prisoner, a quarantine, a COVID at home situation, number 9 and 10. But it was nice to be out. But I was kind of like, okay, festive environment. You turn around, boom, there's somebody there, not even 2 feet away, smiling, talking about their, safe, vaccinated, but, didn't have a mask on and happy and friendly. And I was like, okay, thinking to myself, holding my breath, got my mask on, thinking, can you, step back, take like 3 to 4 steps backwards. That's what I was thinking in my mind, but I didn't want to be unfriendly and unfestive. And I was like, oh, how am I going to get through this night, let alone the nerve to put my name on the singing list? And, but I did. So I was trying to navigate and negotiate between being way in the back, away from the crowd, um, with a family member with no mask and no vaccine. And to each his own. That's everybody's decision in business, right? And so I'm sitting across, I'm masked up way in the back, away from the rest of the people. Then when my name was called to go up and sing, I'm like, okay, mask, stay on, run through the crowd, get up to the stage, get a microphone cover. I'm like, okay, this is fun, but this is kind of like work too. Because I'm kind of like, I'm like 150% protocol ish. But when I take this mask off, then my 150% is coming down. Being vaccinated, boosted, and everything else. Even though I'm on the stage by myself, but I mean, 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, there was somebody else up here singing, whether they put a new cover on or not that the DJ was giving. And so I was like, well, this is like what, a point, less than a point one risk. So I'm like, I'm trying to have fun, a little bit. And anyway, so I sang and had a great time, and everybody liked the song I picked, and I felt festive and fun and normal to the best degree that we can, whatever normal is, the new normal. And I try not to, be paranoid, because I was like, okay, I've got like 150% to go down to 99.99999% of protection, safety, so I'm good and I'm having fun. Then, throw the mask back on and run way back to the back to the table where there's like nobody there, but then I've got the relative with no vaccine. I was like, I'm having fun. I must remember that. People coming up, talking, saying they're vaccinated but not boosted. And I'm like, about 2 feet away from me. You make sure my PM2 charcoal filters right inside. Where's my hand sanitizer? I'm just like, you know what? When I got home, I was like, you know what? I'm being honest. I had so much fun. It's the most fun I've had in 2 years. I'm just going to be honest. I felt like I was living a little bit. I could live a little bit and still be safe and enjoy people. And especially during the holidays, it's festive, it's decorated. People are in much better mood for the most part, especially if they're out and about and friendly and so forth. And I just felt really light. At the same time, that mass management stuff I was doing and measuring, mentally, without seemingly being rude or anything like that, and unfriendly or unfestive, how close people were standing to me or away or wishing and hoping, or maybe they would talk towards me and I was, "Oh, really?" And kind of look that way. Or um, the couple of times, if somebody wants to take a picture and you kind of do the mask on picture, and then you maybe count to three, and I'll take it down real quick and don't breathe. And you never even put it back, that sort of thing. Person's taking the picture, and you're just thinking, okay, those little 1 seconds, I should be okay. Anywho, I was exhausted when I got home. I was like, no, that was fun. But all that other work with the safeties, I was like, good grief. Okay, I don't think I'm going back out ever again that much. Because I just don't want to work that much, because fun and work are like two different things. And I feel like they were smashed in together. I was like having fun and working with mass management, distance management. Really? And so I thought, I did pretty good. I had a great time. Everybody was good. And my protocols were up. My own personal safety protocols were up to the highest they could be. in reality, and I should be good. I've taken quite a few tests, negative, negative, negative. I was like, so I'm good. And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, that 9.9. Okay, but it just my bad luck Becky self. That 0.1, whatever it is. I was like, should I go take a test? It's like, I hope I wasn't exposing. I was not going to, but then I thought, well, do my own kind of contact trace. If I do, then I'll know exactly where it occurred. And if I don't and I wait, then I could think back to where it may have, but I would just have a better sense and maybe even get back to those people and kind of warn them or whatever. So I was like, oh, here we go. So went to go take a test. And I try not to, be paranoid about it or, think about it too much because like I'm sure I'm fine. Come on. Like really, well, I understand I'm the queen of trying to stay safe, one of the queens anyway. But at the same time, I don't have to just freak out. Um, but a part of me was kind of like, ugh, what the test gonna come back and say? Because I took the more accurate one instead of just the rapid. So for the first time, and I was like, I hope it just. I just want to. I had a great time, but I'm not gonna go out as much like that, and certainly an indoor thing, and singing. Even though it was a huge building. Oh, I just hope that didn't, it just blast my fun to the moon. You know, if I would have gotten not a good result. Um, and so I was like, when it's gonna come back in 2 to 5 days? I was like, oh, well, guess what? Even with all of that activity, having as much protocol as I possibly could, my own personal decisions, my own personal safety plans, and everything that I keep in place, and trying to live a little and get out and have fun. And I was really kind of almost kidnapped at first. I was thinking, I can't wait to get home. It was really people in their birthdays. But I actually enjoyed myself most of the weekend. And I just kind of went extra because they wanted to go extra. And I thought, okay, maybe I went so extra. I'd extra my way right on into exposure. But I, I got an early Christmas present, if that's what you want to call it. And I got a negative result. I was so happy. No, really, I know that means I was like I'm being goofy. Obviously, it's a serious topic. I was a little concerned. And then with the weather changing, because it was like freezing. It was warm last week. Then it got on the freezing. It literally got freezing. Got down as low as 27 here. So it went from warm when I was out for the birthday weekend to freezing that weekend. So from Friday it was warm. By Sunday it was freezing. Karaoke night, and then um, most of the week is warm, and it's like still warm. So I don't know if it was in my head, and I was like, don't think on it. But when the weather, when you're warm, hot, and I went to go do some walking for exercise, it seems like I felt a little tingle. I was like, oh, here we go. I don't even, who enjoys even having a cold? Nobody wants to be bothered with that, let alone anything else that's going on. So I was trying not to kind of paranoid think myself into thinking that I picked up anything other than just, kind of the weather changes. And thankfully, I'm fine. And that's one of my main gifts. It doesn't even have to be Christmas, but since Christmas is now after midnight here where I'm at, that's my major Christmas gift. I'm very thankful for it because it could have been a different result. Then I would have been like, let me do what I have to do, and then let whoever knows around it. Woe is me. I don't feel like going through all that. So of course, I'm tired, but I'm grateful for that result because I was looking big concerned, and now that shows me that the things that I have been doing, they have been working for me. And even with getting out and trying to live some and enjoy myself amongst other people trying to do the same thing, I still ended up okay. And so I feel much better. Not just because I got a negative result. I feel much better because I feel like I I now um, totally can see how I can balance my own personal safety and that of my household, as well as um, in having a little fun and enjoying. I don't mean just outdoors and going for exercise or an outdoor event that's not overcrowded. I mean whatever it is, just like anything else, to do things as safe as possible and with the idea of balance, with the idea of in moderation, then you should be fine. And I was, even if I wasn't really sure, and I am, and I'm grateful for that. And if anybody got anything out of that other than the fact that I had a blast and have a negative test, then hopefully that was um, I wasn't trying to be overly, like medically informative, but hopefully that was a positive way of me sharing my own personal um, safety protocols, personal concerns about it, and trying to balance hiding out, staying home a lot versus getting out. So, and enjoying yourself, and not just during the holidays, but in general. What I won't do is either have like a whole weekend like I did, because again, family birthday, whatever, and going here, there, and yonder, and for hours on end, and several different places, especially indoors and around a bunch of people, even with me. That I won't do, just like boom, 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 because I don't want to have to, like I say, turn fun into work with too much mask and hand management. Where I was like, fun, tired. I really. Then the little concern in the back of my mind after the fact of should I test, should I not, and then if I do, what's gonna be the result? Oh, please, really? So next, so whatever you got out of that story, was that boring? I hope not. Marcy talks about it, just about anything. So anyway, and then what else? Oh, a couple of really cute ones. And what time is it? 30? Oh, it's in this live stream for real. I forgot I was supposed to do a couple of quick 15 minutes and make them splits. I went to 40 minutes. I know it's Christmas Eve, but mm-mm. Trying to keep these short and to the point. Let me do another little quick one. Bye.